Okay, in this video, let's make a quick little program that deals with if statements and maybe also a loop to repeat our code. So I'm going to do a new folder here, and we're going to go with Kung Fu Panda, my favorite Kung Fu Panda characters. Okay, so once again, what do I do here? Inside of this folder, we can click in here and go CMD to open up our command prompt. And in here, we use our .NET command and go new console. And that opens up what we need, or builds what we need for a console app, and then I can go code dot to open up this folder in Visual Studio. Alrighty. Oops, there we go, program.cs, and I can close this, and let's do our title, Kung Fu Panda Characters search. Oh good, we need those assets, yes please. And we'll save that and get our command prompt on the side here. Zoom in a bit more. Takes it off the screen. There we go. Okay, that's a little better. And zoom in here. All right. So again, let's just start with a little welcome. I like to add comments here, so we'll just go welcome. And instead of hello world, welcome to the Kung Fu Panda character search. Sure. All right. And I guess we want to start by, and again, this is basically like input, process, output, right? We're going to get input from the user, ask them for a character, and then what we're going to do for this one is if they pick a valid character, we'll give them like a quote, right? One of the quotes from Kung Fu Panda, the Kung Fu Panda movie. Okay, so get search input from the user. So again, we'll do our console. Why isn't it popping up a? Okay, there we go. Well, actually, I'm going to do the right. Enter character name, like so, and then we'll go string. Name is assigned console.read line, like so. Okay. Save that, and let's just do a quick test to make sure this is working. Console.WriteLine name. Okay. .NET run, and hopefully we'll see. Oh yeah, right. We get that warning. Welcome to the Kung Fu Panda character search. Enter character name. How about Po? And it prints out Po. Okay, that's good. And then remember to get rid of that warning. Oh, I'm surprised it didn't underline the warning here. That's interesting. Anyway, we do that nullable disable. And that should get rid of it if we run it again. There we go. And Mr. Ping, it's Po's dad. Okay, and another thing that's right I like to do here is a console.clear, just so that it can clear the console every time we run it. All right, what's next? Okay, now we need the actual if statement. So process the input, right, using an if statement. And if statements are just like JavaScript, other languages, very similar. We do if, parentheses, like so, and inside of here we do our test, our Boolean expression. And we're just going to check for equality. For equality, we just do a double equals. And if name equals Po, let's say, then I will do a console.WriteLine. And what quote should we do for, let's just do a short one, skadoosh. All right. And then maybe we'll do an else here. And in the else, we can just do a console.WriteLine, welcome, WriteLine, and just say character not found. Something like that. All right, so if else statements, all works the same. Double equal sign, checking for equality. Should be good. And all the greater than, less than, all that stuff is the same too. Okay, let's run this. .NET run. Okay, welcome to the Kung Fu Panda character search. Character name is Po, and we get skadoosh. And then we get blah, 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 character not found. All right, perfect. Okay, now one thing already that's kind of annoying is I have to run the program over and over again. What if I want to look up multiple characters and I don't want to have to, you know, we'll get there actually. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. So what part do I want to repeat? I don't need to repeat the welcome every time, right? I just really need to repeat the enter the character name and then the if statement. So I'm going to put this inside of a loop. And again, there's different ways to do this. I'm going to start, I'm just going to say main program loop, our main loop here, and we're going to create a variable, a Boolean variable. So that's the type that we do here, bool. Remember string, int, double, we got bool. And I'm going to call it loop, and we're going to initialize that to true. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was a lowercase or a capital. Lowercase, there we go. And then we can do a while loop and then brackets, right? So while this expression evaluates to true, and because it's a Boolean variable, we don't have to go like, well, if loop equals true, you don't have to do that. It'll just evaluate to true. Then we're going to do all of this stuff. Yeah, let's cut and paste that inside here. Oh, there's no formatter installed. We'll get to that later. Okay, so I'm just going to tab that over. And is this good? Well, we need to stop somehow, otherwise we're in an infinite loop. So enter character name or quit to exit. Okay, so then I can add an else if here, else if name is equal to quit. Then, hold on, let me just get this straight here. Then what do I want to do? I want this loop variable to become false, right? And then once the loop ends, I can do a little console.writeLine, and I'll just say goodbye. All right, so right, this is what's going to repeat inside of our while loop. We get the input, and then we do the if statement, and if they choose quit, then the loop becomes false, so then it won't do this loop anymore, and it'll go outside of it and say goodbye. All right, so that comes in handy with making your programs, because we don't have an event listener, right? If you came from JavaScript, we would just repeat stuff by hitting the button again, and it would run the program. So we can go po, it says skadoosh, perfect. Enter character name or quit. We'll do po, character not found. We'll deal with that in a little bit, the case insensitivity. And if I hit quit, it says goodbye. Awesome. Okay, one thing I do want is I'm just going to do that /n for a little bit of spacing there. Okay, and what else do we want to talk about? Oh yeah, case insensitivity. Well, let's get a couple other characters first. Let's add an else if here. Else if name is equal to, who do we want to do? Let's do Mr. Ping. I mentioned Mr. Ping earlier. Pose dad. And let's see what wise quote we have for him. Oh yeah, I love the one with the, there is no secret ingredient. That was at the end of the first movie. Periods, semicolon. Okay, and then one more, let's do, and of course you can keep doing as many as you want. And obviously with functions and data structures we can make this more efficient, but for now we're just learning the basics and we're practicing our if statements here. How about Master Shifu? Master Shifu. And Master Shifu's quote will be, let me see here, if you only do what you can do, you will never be more than who you are. That's deep. Okay, so Kung Fu Panda, not only is it funny and there's good action to it, it's also like powerful. So, great movie. Movies. Okay, so what we got? We got if name is Po, Mr. Ping, and then Master Shifu, and then the quit, and then if it's none of those things, we'll say character not found. All right, let's try that. We'll run that. Let's check Mr. Ping. There is no secret ingredient. Awesome. Master Shifu. There you go. Po. And again, case insensitivity doesn't work. Master Shifu. Character not found. Quit. Okay. All right. And actually, let's see if I can resize this a little bit. Oops. Hello. Sorry. I'm having mouse control issues today. There we go. Okay. So case insensitivity, really what we need to do for that is convert this variable, right? Convert the input from the user to lowercase. And then in all of our if statements, we need to check, is it the lowercase version of that? So Mr. Ping, Master Shifu, etc. And then the quit's already lowercase. And to do that, we can add it right here, the dot to lower. I'm a little nervous because it didn't pop up, but I think that's what it is. And we could do this on a separate line, right? You could go name is assigned name dot to lower. There it is. See, name dot to lower. But I think it still works on the same line, right? You get the read line, it returns the input, and then you automatically pass it to the to lower, and then it saves it in the name. So I think we can just do it on one line like this. It's fine. Okay, let's test that out. .NET run. And let's try Po. Yeah, there it is. Master Shifu. Let's throw some capitals. There you go. So now it's case insensitive. That'll come in handy if you're making like a quiz or whenever you're getting user input. And you don't care about the case. Okay, one last thing we'll do in this one is building more complicated Boolean expressions. So for example, Po could also be known as or. And again, if you learn JavaScript, same thing, right? Or, and, exclamation mark is not, so not equal to, that kind of stuff. So if name equals Po or name is equal to Dragon Warrior, remember to go all lowercase. You could do another or name is equal to, Kung Fu Panda, whatever, all his titles. Mr. Ping, I think he's just called Mr. Ping. We could call Po's dad. For Shifu, Master Shifu, we could do or, name equals just Shifu for a little shorter. Okay, let's test that out. Here we go. So again, let's go Dragon Warrior, right? Gives me the same quote. Shifu, Master Shifu, right? Both are acceptable. Okay, cool. All right, so just a quick recap. Remember this this variable. Oh yeah, actually, I was going to talk about a different way to do this, but we'll get there. This loop, right? And we say loop is false, so we can repeat the code over and over again. Our if statements, right? You can do if else, just an if else if with these chain selection statements. Doing the Boolean expressions, comparing equals to. Of course, you do greater than less than, but didn't make sense in this one. In this program, what else do I want to say? Oh yeah, another thing that people do is instead of having this Boolean variable, another way that some people do it, and I remember my professors in university not liking this technique for some reason. They never explained to me why though. So if I don't know why it's not great, it's okay. So while true, so basically we're creating an infinite loop, but there is a command called break, right? That's a keyword. And break will break you out of the current loop. All right, so this should work as well. We go post, skadoosh, I hit quit, and it still works and says goodbye. So I'm fine with either one. You can use the variable to control it being true or false, or you can get this infinite loop, but then you use the break command to break out of the loop. All right. Okay, hope that made sense. A little bit of loops, a little bit of if statements. Go forth and make awesome programs. Okay, take care, and we'll see you in the next video.